I've been wanting to make a video explaining my situation. So, I'm not sure if you know that I have this free visa thing, which means that anybody who arrived in March or after 2020 and they don't have to extend their visa expires, but we can stay for free. So, for some reason, I got on that list, which can be okay since I don't have to pay for the extensions. But the only problem is I'm limited onto some things. Some things I can't do, like get married. So I went all the way to Hanoi, got all my paperwork done to get married. And then recently I asked my visa agent, like, how can I get off the free visa and get the regular monthly visa? She says, oh, just go down to Quang Nai and stay the night. Get a police registration and come back. So I go down to Quang Nai like a couple weeks ago on the train, and they wouldn't let me leave the train station because I didn't get a PCR test, or they wanted to quarantine me, and so I couldn't do that. So I stayed at the train station all day, took the next train back to Da Nang. And then I contacted my visa agent, and she told me, you can go anywhere between Quang Nai and Ho Chi Minh City. And I thinking to myself, why didn't you say that? You said go to Quang Nai. I thought maybe there was a loophole in that one town. All right, so last week I bought a plane ticket for Ho Chi Minh City for one day, come back the next day. So I go get a hotel across the street from the hotel, and they said they don't know how to do a police registration. And then I contacted my visa agent, and she's talking to them in Vietnamese, and they still didn't understand. They said, go to another hotel. And then I find out I'm going to have to stay quite a few days. So there goes my return ticket back to Da Nang the next day. My visa agent should have told me this as well. This is something she should have known. Stay a few days, maybe a week. So I'm walking all the way downtown. It's all right, nice walk. Find a hotel, too much money. I tell them I'm looking for more of a $10 hotel. He shows me on the map where to go. And I go to this hostel. It's a pretty nice hostel. I said, I'd like to stay here for a night, but I need a police registration. She said, okay, let me see your visa. She looks at my visa. She says it's expired. I said, I know. It's expired, but I'm legally here. You know that. She's like, but I don't want to deal with it. And the police are going to give me a problem in your registration. And I said, fuck you. I said, fuck you, motherfucker. I was pissed. I'm like, no, this is legal. I've been able to stay. This is what I'm supposed to do. So I leave, and I find another hostel that's just garbage. Disgusting. But I said, okay. I said, police registration. He said, okay. So he says, like he could get to me easily. So I look at I really want a shower now. So there's this disgusting shower stalls, and I took a shower, but the water was barely coming out. Luckily, I rinsed off everything just when it stopped, and all the sinks weren't working. And I went to my bed, but it was disgusting. And I sat there for 10 minutes, and I just left. And then I found another hotel nearby, and she says $300K for the room. I'm like, okay, let me look. I'm like, $300K. All right, I'm not gonna keep walking around for $200K hotels that I won't see. So she shows me the $350K room. You can do the math on the VN. I forget what it is. 300. That's like $15. 350. It's like another couple bucks. So she shows me the big room first, and I don't need it. It's got a working TV and a big window, but there's nothing to look at. I said, I want the 300K room. She says, 350 is better. It even has a working toilet. I said, the 300 smaller one has a working toilet too. I just got to fiddle with it. I don't care. And the window is big enough. I can look out the window and see people and things. I don't need the TV anyway. So she agreed to give me that room. And the police record, she says, like, a week. I'm like, I don't want to stay a week. Get me the police registration. And you could like do this online or something. And I said, well, I'm not going to pay for a week to find out you can't do it. So every day I'm paying, and then a couple days later she shows me on the computer. I'm like, yes, print that, print it. She didn't print it. And then and my visa agent also said, get a picture of yourself in front of the hotel with the address. I'm like, all right, whatever. And a few days later she's like, oh, we don't need the police registration. I'm like, what the fuck? First you tell me the police registration, now you don't. What is she doing? So since I'm in Ho Chi Minh, she says, okay, take your passport to my partner in Ho Chi Minh City. You know, like she tells me where to go. I go over there, and I said, if you pay 140 US dollars, it'll be ready Thursday. This is Tuesday. I paid for the $20 extra for the rush service. And I'm like, okay. So I drop off my passport and I leave. And then Thursday or Wednesday night, I called my visa. I messaged my visa agent in Da Nang. I said, well, when can I pick up my passport? She says, tomorrow evening, Thursday evening. Evening? What's the point? I mean, I thought maybe in the morning it'd be ready. So whatever, you know. Here goes my phone. Drop the phone. So the next day, she called, like later on she calls me, or I called her, I don't remember. She said, oh, we couldn't get your visa done. You can pick up your visa and come back to Da Nang and give it to me, and we'll do it. I'm like, bullshit, what the fuck is this shit? But here's the thing, she's going to send it back to him anyway, so I might as well leave it there. I'm not going to take the plane back. The plane, I need the passport. The train, I don't need it. So I just leave it there, and I take the train back to Da Nang, and I ask, like, what's going on with my passport? I need it with the visa. So that's what's going on. Oh, she also said, go take a picture of yourself in front of a few random hotels. Is she up in the up and up? Is she trying to scam me? Like, she's not scamming, but it's just real deal. This is some weird shit. And I can't seem to do this in Da Nang. I have to go south. I spent a lot of money on this shit. And another thing, on a side note, while I was down in Ho Chi Minh, Ho Chi Minh is like the biggest COVID hotspot right now. And I'm walking around eating food, and then I went to this one banh mi place. It had plastic covering and a little hole where you pass, little window, little flap where you pass money and the food through. So I ordered a banh mi, and she's touching my bread with her hand, and then she passes off the banh mi to another person with their bare hands, and then she's picking up cucumber thing with her hands, and then I went to pay. She hands me the food with the flap, and then I got mad. I'm like, you do all this shit for COVID to protect yourself, and you touch my food? You think it's just a face mask? What is it with this country? I can get by the touching my food. I get it, okay? Before COVID, I'm used to that. That's what you do. But now they're so strict on talking about washing your hands, being clean, covering your face, but everybody's still touching your food. They're touching the money, touching their disgusting phones, their face, and my food. There's COVID, so now I can't even touch food. I can't even eat food anymore. That ruined it for me. I don't understand why they keep touching our food if COVID is a big deal. Everyone's afraid of COVID. So that really pissed me off. I yelled at her because she's protecting herself, their business, but they don't give a shit about their customers. Fuck them. So that's what's going on. It's a big deal. Oh, and more. When I come back to Da Nang, I was up on the train all night. I didn't get a sleeper. I'm in my chair. The light's on all night. I get back home. I give the train station people my PCR paper that says I'm good, and it has a 72-hour window. I got my test. I paid money for that, and I did the app QR thing. It took freaking forever. They let me go. They didn't say quarantine. They didn't say I have to go anywhere. I go home. And then I take a shower and I lie down. And then my landlord messages me, did you go to Ho Chi Minh? Go to this police station and register that you came back, or go get a PCR test. And I didn't look at the message yet, but then T messages me. And she said, your landlady called me and she told me to bother you. And she said, did you go get your test and your register? And I said, I'm not doing that. And he said, you have to, it's the rules. I said, no, it isn't. She's just scared. And I'm like, tell her that it's not your business. If someone contacts you about me, tell them to shut the fuck up. Tell them it's not your business. Tell them it's between you and him. So then I did respond to the landlady. I said, no, I'm not. I'm already fucking tired. The train station people let me go. If they said I couldn't, then I wouldn't. And then I said, I'm going to get another test on Saturday. I said the test, if I took one today, it's going to say the exact same information as yesterday. You want to come by and pick it up? I'll give it to you. I'll send you a photo of it. Fuck you. I'm pissed. So I just want to sleep. So I'm going to get tested Saturday, and maybe I have COVID or not. And yeah, a lot of bullshit. That's what's going on. And that's it. The end.